Mickey, I know you're busy, but I can tell you're excited about Saturday night in Madison Square Garden, New York.
This is, yeah, I mean, it's never going to be Hellraiser, but it's, in terms of actually people who appreciate the sweet science, this is as good as it gets. I mean, Rigondeaux, an unbelievable amateur pedigree behind him, and Lomachenko as well, facing each other. My big problem with it is the weight difference. Unfortunately, and this happens, it's professional boxing, it's about money, it's about business as well as about sport, and here I would say business has prevailed, you know, over the sport, because this fight, if it was a featherweight,
which is the weight between their two campaign weights,
or even like a slight catch weight, I'd have said, okay, what a fight, what a fight. The fact that the actual terms it's being made of are so lopsided, I mean, obviously massively favouring Lomachenko, I think it sort of takes away slightly, because I just don't see any way that Rigondeaux can overcome those disadvantages that he'll have in terms of size and weight. I think Lomachenko, brilliant fight. I mean, it's a shame for him that his big fight, and the purists amongst us, which don't really count for much, because the purists aren't the people who pay their pay-per-views and their, you know, their sponsorships and whatever. But for the purists who would have held him in the utmost esteem, now they'll always go back and say, oh yeah, but it was like, you know, obvious that it favoured him massively. By the time they get in the ring, I wouldn't even want to think about what the weight difference would be between them.
So he's 2.5 or so inches taller than Rigondeaux, who's 5'4".
They're not in the same
he's got a small. No, which I'm agreeing, but he's got. He's not got as long a reach. Do you think that's going to have any effect?
Yeah, I do. I think Rigondeaux defensively is incredible. I mean, he's just a genius. You know, I could watch him. I could literally watch videos of him all day for a week, stopping only to sleep and eat. He is defensively. I mean, he's just in a class of his own, and I think his awkwardness will make this not a spectacular fight, but it will. My prediction, I'll give you straight away, I think Lomachenko on points. I think Rigondeaux, because of how slippery, how clever he is defensively, I think he will work his way through, and he'll work out, if he doesn't know, I think he probably knows already, but he also probably knows he's never going to get a payday like this unless he gives all these sort of various disadvantages that he's giving away. The main one being the size. I mean, it's just too big, and I think you're going to see Lomachenko trying to get him out of there, which then in turn, because he is so much bigger, I think you're probably going to see Rigondeaux go purely into just get out of this without, you know, my senses intact. And that doesn't really make for a mouth-watering fight. It doesn't make for a particularly good fight. You could, I mean, I did actually at first think, oh, Lomachenko was stopping it, just too much. 12 rounds for, you know, of that much pressure, Rigondeaux. But I just can't imagine Rigondeaux getting stopped, especially if he feels the power, which he will do, and then think, well, you know, don't want too much more of that, and just goes into defensive journeyman mode. I think he's got the skills to survive 12 rounds, and that's why I think I would go Lomachenko on points, probably quite lopsided. I think the first half of the fight would be competitive, but just impossible for Rigondeaux to compete for any longer than 6-7 rounds on an even sort of keel. I think business-wise, if you were managing Lomachenko, that's exactly how you want to do the deal. And you know, I have to give respect for they looked after their guy. And I think, you know, if these guys were of similar skills but different skills, like, rather than them being so defensively good, they were offensively good. Which Lomachenko is good offensively, but I mean, if they were both 10 out of 10 offensive fighters, this would be, and everyone would have heard about it. Yeah. This would have been the, you know, like we had the GGG fight, you know, the Mayweather fights, and it would have been similar to sort of, you know, if you think Conor McGregor, who's basically been proven to be a raw novice at boxing, got 100 times as much coverage as what this has, and that leaves a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, because you can't compare. I mean, even to mention them in the same sentence is offensive to me. It's not. So unfortunately, I think you're going to see Rigo. He's got an amazing story behind him. He's a fantastic talent, brilliant fighter, but don't buy the bullshit. You know, people saying whatever they can to make it sound more competitive, and I think it will be early on. It will be competitive, but I think very soon Rigondeaux is going to realise, right, I'm fighting a guy much bigger than me, much too strong. I can't compete with it. It'll still be a fantastic spectacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, my money's on Lomachenko. I think on points, because I just think Rigondeaux, once he gets that in his mind, wow, this guy can knock me out here. This guy can really hurt me. I think he gets on his bike and uses all these tricks. And I am actually in a sort of way looking forward to that, because I know when he's put under that kind of pressure that he's never been under before.
You could see something special.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, we were all looking forward to him and Frampton, but I mean, there's a reason why Frampton never boxed him. And Frampton, that's not discredit to Frampton. I mean, Frampton is, you know, certainly at Super Bantam, he was an amazing talent, very, very strong. You know, Rigondeaux just fits into that unfortunate category of fighters who are very good, very awkward, unspectacular offensively, and therefore gets sort of nudged out of the way a lot. And his earnings haven't reflected his immense talent. Now you're going to see, I think, the best of Rigondeaux defensively, albeit in somewhat sort of sick circumstances, because the opponent is just going to be too big and strong for him to compete with. You know, he can't, even though he has a reach advantage, I don't think he has the tools to keep Lomachenko at bay for very long. I think, you know, even being hopeful, I think, you know, just after halfway,
he's going to fade.
He's going to be frayed round the edges, and yeah, then he will fade. And my thing, it will still be, like, I still enjoy watching it, not enjoy seeing him getting beat up by a bigger guy, but just seeing him right now, he's really been put to the test, and now we really see the best defensive skills that he can get, because half the time he looks like he's sort of, you know, going for a walk in the park when he's in there. He's not going to have that here. I mean, Lomachenko also.
And Lomachenko's presumably going to have a harder puzzle to solve than he's had before.
Definitely, and he knows from years ago. He knows Rigondeaux, and he will be full of respect for him. But because of that, I think he'll realise, right, I can't try and out-jab this guy. I'm not going to stand off and give him space. I'm much bigger. We got the fight at our weight. Good. Now I'm going to use that to make sure that the result goes the way we need it to go. And from his side, I don't think it will make pretty viewing, because I think he will win ugly. I think he will look crude by his standards, because he's a fantastic. I mean, I'm not trying to detract from him. It's just, I think this is so slanted in his favour that when I think of this fight, I'll always go, yeah, the guy that was, you know, much bigger fought, you know, 8 pounds bigger fought the guy that was 8 pounds smaller. Not two of the best that we've ever seen,
kind of thing,
at any weight, that we've ever seen fighting each other at a fair weight. I don't think business wants to see the fight at a fair weight. I don't think that most people that are watching it want Rigondeaux to win. I think that the purists want it to be a fair fight, because we want to see like the best spectacle that we can. But I think the sort of casual fans, they want to see Lomachenko. And he is spectacular. That's the horrible thing about it, is that he is actually a spectacular talent. And
yeah, he's been knocking people out at world level for the last
it's just,
six fights in a row.
It takes a shine off it, but it's again, because they might have fought at that catch weight, and Lomachenko might have still gone and knocked him out. Might have still beat him.
Yeah.
And you might have seen Rigondeaux taking more risks and being more aggressive. My feeling here is he's just thinking, well, it's a huge amount of money. I'm never going to make that fighting anyone else. I'll agree to it. Let them have whatever weight they want. I'll just get my fat check. And, well, that's what I think. You know, he might have something up his sleeve.
Well, let's see.
I hope.
Looking forward to Saturday, but looking beyond that, you've got some news. February next year.
February 10th, we're back at York Hall, a Hellraiser fight night. We've
got a little teaser for who might be appearing.
Not yet, because a lot of it's still up in the air. I've just spoke to the board, got off the phone literally 10 minutes ago, and it wasn't really the news that I wanted to hear. But we're working on it, and we will have some really good fights for you on that show.
So February the 10th, 2018, York Hall, Hellraiser. Mickey, thank you.
Cheers, man. Cheers, guys. Right, I've got